You can start proceedings.
1 minute, Maharaj, 1 minute, because I'll start recording.
It is 3 minutes past in my watch.
A good day to all of you, and thank you for assembling, and thank you so very much, Pitambaranandaji Maharaj ji, for kindly obliging us once again. So Pitambaranandaji Maharaj ji will speak on Introduction to Bhagavad Gita Part 2. So there will be 2 sessions. First session 55 minutes, then another session, and then at the end there will be 2 devotional songs. So Maharaji, before you start, I would request our Minister in charge, Udarnaji Maharaj ji, to kindly speak a few words, and then Pitambaranadaji Maharaj ji presentation will start. Udarnaji Maharaj ji.
I think we can start. It is already, we are running little late, Maharaj. Please, we can start, Maharaj. Humble pranams.
Yes, just to tell, we have enough time today because we have 2 sessions, about 2 hours. So Maharaj ji, kindly start.
Shall I start now?
Yes, Maharaj. Please, Maharaj.
I shall start now.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes.
Om Prapanna Parijataya Stotra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. It is in continuation of our talk on 2nd July, Sunday, and we had started to introduce the Bhagavad Gita, and we had done a lot of outside introduction, and we have to recapitulate some of the points, adding some new points. So first of all, let us remember that some people started a very wrong idea that there was nothing called India or Indian nation before the Britishers arrived. Such a wrong idea was spread by some people. Even today, some people are spreading this wrong idea. In reply to that, Swami Sardananji has replied in the Sri Ramakrishna, the Great Master, that idea of a nation does not depend upon some rule, kingdom, governor, political. That is not the idea of a nation. Idea of a nation is what common ideals people hold to their heart. And he has pointed out 4 such things. Gita, Gayatri, Ganga, and Guru. These 4 things from time immemorial have been held dear by all Indians, and not only Indians, as we see now, up to Philippines. So there was an idea of greater India, Indian cultural influence going across many South Asian countries and spreading also to places like Europe, America, etc. So that point of view, Gita has been a unifying force culturally for all Indians. Then last time we saw, Sri Ramakrishna has said, what is Gita teaching? Tyagi. And he has told us, Tyaga, renunciation, consists of Tyag of me and mine, I and mine. The ideas have to be renounced. And Tyaga of enjoyment of objects and greed for money. This Tyaga. And Tyaga of the fruits of all our work. That is the idea given by Sri Ramakrishna, and Holy Mother has given us a wonderful insight that in the Gita there is Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Sanjay Uvacha, Duryodhana Uvacha, Arjuna Uvacha, but nowhere Shri Krishna Uvacha, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So it is the authentic Vani of the Lord Himself. Swamiji has told us, Swami Vivekananda, Gita is the divine commentary of Upanishads. This we said last time, but what it means? When you go to the Vedanta, Veda and Vedanta, we find that in the Vedas, there are two clear-cut portions. The Karma Kanda, ritualistic portion, and Jnana Kanda, Vedanta portion. And in Karma Kanda, these are the good works. If you do, you will go to heaven. These are the bad works. If you do, you will go to hell. This is the Karma Kanda. And the Jnana Kanda tells us, if you cultivate, change your consciousness, then you will go beyond all this. Now, no connection is shown between these two. We were told that so long as there is desire for enjoyment, you should do it in the right way, not in the wrong way. And when you have no desire for enjoyment, you should go for perfection, freedom of the soul, and for that we have to come to Jnana Kanda. No connection was shown. The Gita has shown the connection. That these very works which lead you to heaven, if done without the desire for going to heaven, lead to purification of the mind, where the knowledge automatically dawns, and then you cultivate that knowledge. Many people may point out that in Shankar Bhashya, when we read the Upanishads, he has pointed out this everywhere, but not in the original Vedas. Shankar got this idea from the Gita. So, Gita, long before Shankaracharya. And so, the first idea that these two are related by karma, doing unselfishly without the desire for fruit, will lead to purification of the mind, and in the purified mind, the knowledge automatically dawns, and then you can cultivate it. So this is what Swamiji meant by telling that Gita is the divine commentary. And then Swamiji has shown that Gita is the latest book on Vedanta, and the scene is held on a battlefield. So Gita demonstrates the practicality of Vedanta, that even on the battlefield, they could get time, not only to discuss, but to absorb and act up to the Vedantic ideals. This is shown by Gita. So Gita is the value of showing in our life that Vedanta is not a theory, it can be practiced and it can be realized in any field of life, in any active man's life. Swamiji said it has not come all from the forest, but like the thoughts have been discussed on the battlefield. Swamiji has pointed another thing. Gita has pointed out the importance of small things. Gita points out the importance of small things in life, and that is the speciality of the Gita. We pass on to what Mahapuruji told us, that the one thing Gita tells as the means of God realization is prapatti, 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 that is Sharanagati. And he has pointed out that all the 18 chapters are 18 yogas. Yogas means the means of attaining something, and that through them we attain prapatti, and we realize God through prapatti. This is what Mahapurush Maharaj has pointed out about the Gita. One more today I will add. Sri Ramakrishna's another brilliant disciple, Swami Turiyanandaji, One who has seen him has said that after reading 4 or 5 shlokas of the Gita, Suryanandaji used to go in deep meditation for hours sometimes, till he got at the root of all those shlokas, and so he could absorb the meaning, he could realize the meaning, and then he used to proceed further. So this is a lesson to all of us. We cannot get the meaning of the Gita at the first reading, not only reading, but we have to dive deep to find the connection between those 4 shlokas. And this connectedness will reveal many deeper secrets, and we can experience them, we can absorb them, assimilate them, we can realize them, and then proceed to the next Gita. Now, we come to Shankaracharya. He has said that the religion of humanity consists of pravritti and nivritti, good action and withdrawal from action. And both of them are treated nicely in the Gita. And he has pointed out another thing, that when with Gita, with virtue or dharma subsides, adharma or immorality predominates, then God himself reincarnates as man. And Shankaracharya said, this is the Gita is Upanishad Sar, but this is the speciality of the Gita, additional factor of the Gita, that it talks about the incarnation as a form of Brahman. Shankara sentence, Vasudevakhyam Param Brahma Visheshata Abhivanjan Gita Shastram. So Gita Shastra specially reveals the nature of Brahma when it shows itself as the son of Vasudeva, as a human being. So that is the great point pointed out by Shankaracharya. And also in the introductory commentary to the 18th chapter of the Gita, also 11th chapter last shloka, Shankaracharya tells us that this chapter, that shloka and this chapter are the summary of all the essential points of not only the Gita, but of all Vedas. The summary of not only Gita, but of all Vedas from the sadhana point of view. People generally ask after reading the Gita, what we have to do? That you do is sadhana, and the steps of sadhana, essentials of sadhana, not only according to Gita, but according to all Vedas, is told in the 18th chapter. So that is another important point pointed out by Shankaracharya. Then we shifted to Sri Jnaneshwar Maharaj. And Jnaneshwar Maharaj has said many important points are there. But the most important point in the very beginning, he says that, remember, Arjuna is sitting in the line already. The Lord is serving nectar to whoever comes there. But remember, Arjuna is already sitting in the line, and if you think you can sit in the line with Arjuna, then please come. So he has pointed out that we must first be like Arjuna, at least have in our mind. And then only we can understand the import of every shlok of the Gita. So this is a wonderful thing. Jnaneshwar has pointed out, Je Arjuna chiye panti parisanaya yogya hoti kripa karuni santi avadhana dyave. So that is what Jnaneshwar Maharaj has pointed out. And on the basis of this, we saw the character of Arjuna, what Arjuna represents. And we some incidents from Arjuna's life were taken. One is when the robbers were carrying away the cows belonging to poor people and they called Arjuna for help. Arjuna had to enter the room where the weapons were kept. And as Providence would have it, Yudhishthir, eldest brother, and Draupadi, the common wife of 5 Pandavas, were sitting in that room. And the Pandavas themselves had made a rule among themselves that if Draupadi is sitting in one of the brothers privately, if any other brother should not enter that room, and if he enters, he will have to take suffering for 12 years outside. He has to go outside Hastinapur. He has to go outside the kingdom for 12 years, knowing well that I will have to go out for 12 years. But Arjuna held fast to his duty that I will not allow any robbers to rob poor people. So he entered, took up his weapons and drove out those robbers and returned the cows to their owners. And then came back to this tale saying that now I shall take the punishment and go out for 12 years. Yudhishthir might have told him that you did it for essential purpose, but Arjuna said nothing of that sort. I have done it against the rules made by ourselves. And so I will go out for 12 years. So here we find two things, that duty is paramount at the cost of going out for 12 years. Second point we find is the following the rules made by yourself. This we find in Arjuna's character. No excuses. Then he went to, while in the forest, Vanavas, he went to heaven. Indra was his father and he wanted to learn many weapons, so he went to heaven. And there, being of artistic temperament, there was a heavenly damsel, Urvashi, and Urvashi taught him dancing. Arjuna learned dancing from Urvashi. Now these heavenly damsels are always virgins. Urvashi was the wife of Arjuna's ancestor, Pururava. And so she proposed, she became enchanted with Arjuna's personality. And she proposed, why not marry me? Arjuna said, nothing doing. You are my great-great-grandmother. And secondly, you are my teacher. I can never think of having this type of relation with you. He was becoming angry, but Arjuna did not leave his moral judgment. That is Arjuna. And he had to suffer for that. Urvashi, being insulted of her womanhood, she cursed him that you will have to suffer impotency for long. Indra intervened and said, let the impotency be for 1 year. And he told Arjuna, it will be helpful for you. So that was helpful, but this is Arjuna. And then they found the woe of that dice with Duryodhana was such that 12 years of forest life, 1 year of incognito life, and if you are found in that incognito days, you will have to go for 12 years again. Now, they found incognito safe place in Virat Raja's kingdom. They put all their weapons and conches outside the town on a hidden under a shami tree. And then they found all the 5 Pandavas and Draupadi found different works with different names. So Bhima became the head of cook, Yudhishthir became the courtier, Nakul and Sahadev, the experts in cows and horses. Arjuna became the Brihannala dancer, teaching dance to Uttara, king's daughter. And then Draupadi became the maid servant, personal maid servant of the king Sudeshna. Now, as Providence would have it, Sudeshna's brother, king's commander-in-chief, was Kichaka, a terrible person physically, and his eyes fell on Draupadi. Draupadi had declared, nobody should touch my modesty. I have 5 Gandharva husbands, and they are hidden. They will come and punish anybody if he touches my modesty. But Kichaka ignored that and started harassing Draupadi. Neither the king nor the queen could help Draupadi at that point. Draupadi approached Bhima secretly, and Bhima told her, you show as if you are agreeing to his advances, and tell him to come in the dance room at midnight, and you need not go there. So that was arranged, and Bhima covered himself with a bed sheet and was as if sleeping, lying down in that dance room. And when Kichaka came thinking Draupadi has come, he smashed him in wrestling. Though Kichaka was a giant of a person, Bhima had that strength and he smashed him. 100 of his brothers called Anukichakas held Draupadi responsible, and they tied Draupadi to a cot and were carrying her to burn her along with Kichaka in the cremation ground. Bhima went by the backside and killed all those 100 Anukichakas. This thing spread everywhere throughout India, and Duryodhana thought nobody but Bhima could have done this. So there is a chance that we can discover them within their incognito year, and they will have to go to forest for 12 more years. And he told a king who was on the north of Virat to attack him. And when that king attacked, because there was no commander-in-chief, the king Virat himself took all his forces, charioteers and everybody, and went to fight the enemy on the north. And all the Kauravas, along with Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Kripa, everybody, came to steal the cows from the south side. And when the shout reached the palace, they're stealing cows, they're stealing cows. The only male warrior left there was the king's son Uttara. So the ladies told Uttara, it is your duty now. And Uttara told, he found a pretext that there is no charioteer, as the king has carried all the charioteers with him. Draupadi at point said, this Brihannala has driven chariot sometime, I know, so why not take him as your charioteer? So Brihannala or Arjuna is the charioteer, and Uttara went, and when they saw the Kaurava army, Uttara jumped down and started running back. Brihannala, Arjuna in the form of Brihannala held him. And you be the charioteer. I shall fight. I will not allow the cows to be stolen. And I shall not allow cows from the king who has supported us to be stolen. You wait. He took him to the Shami tree, took out his special conch shell, Devadatta, and blew it there itself, declaring, Arjuna has come. And his bow also was special, Gandiva. and he gave a twang of that bow. So Duryodhana was very happy. We have caught them, we have caught them. Arjuna came and single-handedly defeated all the Kauravas. He used a divine weapon, Mohini Astra, which makes everybody sleep. Now that Astra was not working on Bhishma and Drona, that Arjuna knew well. But all others have gone to sleep. So Arjuna told Uttara, your sister likes dolls. You go and take out all the beautiful clothes of these people. Don't go near Bhishma and Drona. So Uttara did like that, collected all the cloths, and Arjuna, victorious, taking back all the cows, returned to Virata's kingdom. And then king thought his son, king had defeated the North people and come back to capital by that time. And he thought, my son is so brave. The son told him, no, father, these are Pandavas who are living with us. And it is this Arjuna who has done this. The Duryodhana was extremely happy. But Bhishma told him, I have calculated and the total 13 years are over. Just like this leap year, the Indian idea is Adhik Mas. He said in 100 years, there is a Kshaya Mas also. 1 month goes away and that 13 years have completed. Arjuna did not know. Arjuna was ready for himself and all his brothers to again go to forest for 12 years. That was his sense of duty. Now, one more point about Arjuna I want to point out. There also, the king said, when he came to know their Pandavas, he offered his daughter Uttara to be married to Arjuna. Arjuna said, she has been my student. I cannot have such idea in my mind. Student is like a daughter to me. And so Arjuna proposed, you want her to come to our family. My son Abhimanyu is there and he is of the correct age also. And that is why Uttara was married to Abhimanyu. Now, one more point about Arjuna. Arjuna is a man like us in the sense what defects we have, what weaknesses we have. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsar. Arjuna also has. And that is why he endures more to us. He is not a Lord sitting in heaven. For example, when he went 12 years outside the kingdom, he married Subhadra. He went to bring some wealth during the Rajasuya Yajna. He had 4 marriages at least. And he had 4 sons, 1 perhaps daughter. 4 sons from all 4 marriages. And Draupadi another son. So, he had the Kama Krodha like us. He was imperfect like us. But, his aim was highest. One thing we saw duty, morality, but not only that. He knows the aim of life is perfection. The aim of life is realization. And he repeats this to Krishna. Yes, Shreyasyan Nischitan Bruhitan Me. Shreya means perfection. And he repeatedly tells Krishna, I want only perfection, but I am not able to think of my correct way to approach that. And so, please guide me. So, as I said that day, Gita came to Arjuna, not to Duryodhana or Yudhishthir or Bhima, because Arjuna Bhagavan found him to be the fittest person to receive it. Shankara said in that introduction, why God gave it to Arjuna? Because if it is given to great people who can assimilate and follow in their life, then it will become known throughout the world. And we see, after thousands of years, even today we are thinking of the introduction to the Gita. So its value has become eternal because he taught it to Arjuna, because Arjuna followed it. So that is the greatness of Arjuna. And very clear. Another point we found in Arjuna was, that is the most important point. Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, when he talks, he says, my sons and Pandu's sons. Duryodhana says, everybody has come to die for my sake, and the war is for me. Arjuna, on the other hand, the weakness of a good man. Please remember, this is greatly shown by Arjuna, a very, very good man who has seen his moral standards. And such Arjuna feels, all are mine, all are mine, all are mine. Even the maternal uncles, even the fathers-in-law, even the brothers-in-law of all the Kauravas became Arjuna's mine. My fathers, my uncles, my grandfathers, my brothers-in-law, my teachers. In both the armies I see this most surely or clearly, this attachment was brought out by Bhagavan. When Arjuna said, take my chariot in the center of the forces so that I want to see two things. Who has come to support this wicked-minded Duryodhana? Everybody knew that the whole war was because of the wicked-minded Duryodhana. So who has come to support him? They all have to be killed, good or bad. But I have so much force with me, so which of them are to be fought by me, which are very difficult for others, I will choose them. And so please take my chariot in the center. Krishna took the chariot there, obeyed him because he was the charioteer, but instead of words to obey him, yes, I brought the charioteer, see with whom you have to fight. See who is supporting Duryodhana. He said, Arjun, see all the Kurus here. Kuru was the ancestor of both Dhritarashtra's sons and Pandu's sons. Dhritarashtra did not show anything special in his life, so they continued to be called Kauravas, while Pandu was a valiant fighter, and so they are called Pandavas. All Pandavas also are Kauravas, and all the forces are not Kauravas. They are their supporters. But Bhagavan says, see all the Kurus. And so they became my to Arjuna. Why the Lord did like this? Because that is a great lesson in the Gita. You may be a good man, you may be a sadhaka, but if this attachment comes up, it makes you terribly weak and you lose your duty, you lose your way to God, you lose everything. And suppose while fighting, the attachment would have come, what would have happened? And so Bhagavan brought it in the beginning of the war. So that let it come, I shall remove that delusion of Arjuna and then Arjuna can fight. So this is the lesson of the Gita, that good people have this weakness. They take the whole world to be theirs. Holy Mother has taught, don't take anybody a stranger, all are you, all are yours. But for the sake of duty, for the sake of going towards God, nobody is yours. You have to walk in a single file going towards God. And so At the outset, we are learning so many lessons, and that is because Ganeshwar Maharaj pointed out, be in the line with Arjuna. And so, we from Arjuna's example, we have found so many things. One more point with Arjuna, one more point. That is according to the war rules of those days, whoever seeks your help, you have to go to him. Duryodhana and Arjuna both went to Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna was the relation of both of them. Duryodhana entered maybe 1 minute before Arjuna. Being arrogant, Krishna was lying down as if sleeping. Duryodhana, being arrogant, sat near the head of Sri Krishna. Arjuna, the humble follower, modest man, sat at the feet of Sri Krishna. So when Sri Krishna opened his eyes, he saw Arjuna first. And he asked Arjuna, why you have come? Duryodhana says, I have come first. Bhagavan said, you might have come first, but I have seen Arjuna first. What is all that you want? Both of them said, we have come to seek your help in the war, which is going to happen now. Bhagavan said, I am not going to hold even a weapon in this war. And I divide my support in two parts. I can join anybody without a weapon. I have one Akshoini, some lakhs of a formation, like we say brigade. It has so many charioteers, so many elephant riders, so many artillery, so many cavalry, so many on feet, that one Akshoini, Narayani Sena, has not lost to anybody up till now. So that one can take, and one can take me without a weapon. First choice I am giving to Arjuna, because I saw him first. Arjuna said, I am not concerned with your Akshoini Sena. I want you. There were two reasons within this. One is that Arjuna knew well that he is not a man. He is God himself. Gita itself tells us that the virtuous people find me and worship me. The sinners can never recognize me. The other point in that was Arjuna had the ego. We may call it Sattvic ego, the Kshatriya's ego, that to kill all the wicked person is my work. I shall kill all the wicked people. I do not require you for that. I require you to guide me. Duryodhana was happy. No quarrel. What shall I do with this weaponless fellow? So he took that Sena and went. So here also Arjuna's 2 points we have found. One is his little boasted ego, but ego of a virtuous man, Sattvic ego. To kill all the wicked people is my work. But the main point was that he wanted Krishna to guide him, because in such a tumultuous war, it is quite possible I may lose my brain. One of my teachers used to humorously say that Arjuna started weeping out of attachment. What that one Akshini Sena would have done, they would have also wept. But because he has the Lord with him, he got the guidance. So it proved to be very wise choice also. Now, I put this as a speciality of Arjuna. So I think we have covered Arjuna by now. And mentally, we are ready to sit in line with Arjuna to get the teachings of God. Now, this you may say in a way, inner or outer, introduction to Gita. Now we shall enter inside and get the proper introduction. Now, what Gita is? At the end of each chapter, we chant what is in English called colophon. The chapter ending chanting of each chapter. That is the best introduction to the Gita, what Gita is. So what it is? Iti Srimat Bhagavad Gita Su Gita Su. That means plural. So the whole Gita is Gita. Gita means a song. That also we shall describe why it is a song. But Gitas, that means every chapter has the infinite teachings. Every shloka has the infinite teachings. So he uses plural in the colophon, that Bhagavad Gita Su. Bhagavad Gita Su. That means the divine Gita. All shlokas are not by Bhagavan, but it is the divine Gita. Now let me tell what is Gita. In the 13th chapter of the Gita, Bhagavan says, I am not telling something my own, new. There is nothing new. All this has been told by the past sages of India. And he says, Rishibhir Bahuda Gitam Chando Bhir Vividhai Pruthak Brahma Sutra Padaishchaiva Hetu Madbir Vinishitai. The whole shloka is important. Rishibhi meant by the sages. Bahuda in many ways. Gitam sung. That is the point. Why it is sung? Why it is Bhagavad Gita? Not Bhagwan's prose. Bhagwan says, now here also we see 2 points there. Because many Shastras, we are reading the Narad Bhakti Sutras, there also he says, Tat sadhanani gayanti acharya. So, when the spiritual experience intensely felt by a man, it gets expressed only as a song, not as prose. It is not a philosopher's work. It is the height of experience, inner experience, which the Lord feels. And so it comes out as a song. The rishis, when they realize their real nature, that height of that experience automatically comes out as a song. Another point, this is not just declaration of what they experience. This is the communication of the Guru to the disciples. All the Upanishads are like that. And so, when this height of experience, spiritual experience, is being communicated to a fit person, it comes out as a song. Due to that intensity of experience and due to the intensity of the feeling by which it is communicated to a fit person, it results in a song. Please mind it. And so Bhagavad Gita. So Gita itself has told this in the 13th chapter. Now the whole shloka we should remember. Because songs, if you see, people will say songs come out of emotion. It may be emotionalism. Rishivir Bahuda Gitam Chandovir Vividai Pratak Brahma Sutra Padesheva Hetu Madvi. They are all filled with reason. They are fully rational. About the Vedas, same about the Bhagavad Gita. Hetu Madvi. Vinishitai. That is another important point of Vedas and in the Gita especially. Let us discuss this point little more for the introduction to the Gita. There is a thought that the modern exact sciences like physics and other sciences, engineering, they are exact sciences. And this religion and spirituality is an indefinite vague something. Who knows where they go? Who knows whether they realize or not? Who knows? It is not known, properly seen. We show our methods, and so it is convinced that we are exact. Now, those who are students of modern physics, they know that physics, the very fundamental science, depends on statistic probability, no exactness. Take an example, this electronic watches or whole electronic world, that the electron moves around the proton and 1 of 10 moves, he jumps. The electron jumps out of the orbit once in 10 moves. Which one don't ask? The first one or the last one don't ask. 1 of the 10. But when we go to very, very minute things or very, very great things, in our normal life, this so subtle are the things that 1 in 10 for us becomes regular. We think electronic digital things are absolutely exact, but it is absolutely not so. The whole thing goes to probability. It may not, but only due to this normal range, and that probability works on very subtle range, it appears to be exactly is. On the other hand, take Gita. Every fourth or fifth shloka in the Gita, there is a guarantee. Every fourth or fifth shloka in the Gita, there is a guarantee. If you do like this, you will get me. If you do like this, you will reach perfection. I guarantee. In one place, the Lord even says, you guarantee on my behalf that if a devotee will never be destroyed. Why it is so? That here we are not to fight with the outside world. Sadhana, Sardan Swami has pointed out in one of the chapters, 13th chapter of the Great Master. Sadhana is all inside. We are fighting with our own sanskara. The outside world fight only leads us to realize our inner fight only more and more. And here we are fighting only against our own old sanskaras. And so the science is guaranteed. Guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed. If you follow read the gospel also. If you do like this, you will get this. If you do like this, you will get this. Isn't it a wonderful point of the Gita? Nowhere else. In the spiritual science, this is exact science. While all the so-called exact sciences are probability based upon probability. So, exact sciences have lost exactness, while the spiritual sciences are exact, and that is why in every fourth and fifth shloka of the Gita, a guarantee shloka comes. The Lord himself is the guarantee. So that is a wonderful point, because in that shloka it is said, Vinishchitai. Vinishchitai. Hetu must be Vinishchitai. Definite. Definite are those teachings. Please remove this delusion from your mind that they are vague. Don't go to believe that what this science, I'll give you some funny story before our end. That in the medical science, you have a patient and the doctor thinks of a new medicine. No rationality behind that. No? It comes to his mind. And he administers those medicines to 100 cases. And if 85 are cured, he says, this is the medicine for this bimari. Those 15 were killed, but that does not matter. 85% has recovered, So this is the medicine. That is the exactness. Another funny story about exactness, let me tell. In America, a few years back, there was so much of snowfall. And the meteorological forecast says, though there have been big snowfall, the spring is coming on time. Next day, there was the record snowfall of the year. 1 or 2 days, no forecast. Then again, though there has been a record snowfall of the year, the spring is coming on time. And next day, there was the record snowfall of century. Why? If the meteorological forecasts were exact, how much it would have helped the humanity? Why? We do not know the factors which help this. The meteorologists are expert in postmortem. When there is a rain, they say, yesterday there was a depression in so and so place, so there is a rain. Why don't you tell it? Why did you tell it yesterday? They do not know the factors which are involved. In spiritual life, we are sure of the factors. It is all upon our own follies. Our I and my and their derivatives, they are the factors. And so, remove this idea of the exact sciences, take to spiritual science. It is very, very exact. And that is what the 13th chapter of the Gita, Bhagavan has pointed out about all the Vedas. Hetu madvi vinishitaihi. So, Nirmal, should we stop for 5 minutes now?
Yes,
it is 5 minutes.
Maharajji, you can speak in 1 minute for another 1 minute.
Okay, I can go up to 1 minute. Huh? I can go up to 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the next one. I have talked about Bhagavad Gita. So, Upanishad. So, Gita is one of the Upanishad. And there also plural it says Upanishad. So, Gita is many Upanishads. So, I will have to define what is Upanishad as an introduction to the Gita, because every chapter colophon tells about it. So, Upanishad has 3 parts. Sat is not Satchidananda. Sat is a verb. And that verb, root of a verb, and that has 3 different meanings. Ending, finishing, destroying, one meaning. Reaching or obtaining, getting is another meaning. And loosening, finishing as loosening is another meaning. And upa and ni are joined to it. Upa means going near. Sat is knowledge. Knowledge. If we go near that knowledge, that means if we absorb it, if we assimilate it, if we devotionally go near it, ni means nishchaya and nishtha. By firm conviction and steadfastness. If we approach that knowledge, it will destroy our wrong knowledge forever. It will destroy our ajnana forever. It will get Brahman for us. It will get our own real nature for us. And it will loosen all our bondages. Loosening bondages means finishing bondages. This is the meaning of Upanishad. And that is what Gita has many Upanishads. So, Bhagavad Gita, so, Upanishad, so, what does it have? The contents. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. Brahma, the all-pervading, eternal reality is called Brahman. Our own real nature is called Brahman. And Brahma Vidya means the culture of the Brahma consciousness. Brahman is our own real nature, but we do not see it. So, the nature of Brahman, how Brahman is related with us, how we are related to Brahman. This Vidya is called the knowledge of Brahman being culture. So that is Brahma Vidya. Throughout the Gita, it is Brahma Vidya. Throughout the Gita, Brahma Vidya. And Yoga Shastri. As soon as you hear the word yoga, pranayam, this, that comes. Not at all. So, not at all. Yoga in Gita has a clear meaning because
we'll have to
okay.
have recess for 5 minutes. Okay.
So we resume after 5 minutes.
Yes. So we had a wonderful first session. Please reassemble after 5 minutes. We have a recess of 5 minutes.
Okay.
Please
we come back after 5 minutes.
And please use the second Google link. So to access. So I'll now end the recording and then come back after 5 minutes.
Okay. So we are at this point. So shall we have to close or automatically it will go to?
We can close. You can leave and come back after 5 minutes. You can leave, Maharajji. You can formally leave and then come back. I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So we will restart within a minute. Please allow me 30 seconds.
Yes, now it is all right.
I'll start recording. So please give me 30 seconds to start
So
recording.
now I resume.
Just Maharaji, give me 30 seconds to start recording.
Okay. I was talking about
Okay, Maharaji, give 30 seconds. I'll start recording.
Okay. You tell me to start, then I'll start. You tell me to start, I will start.
I'll tell you.
Okay, no. So I was talking about.
Yes, Maharaji, kindly start.
Yes. Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. Now, yoga, Shankara has defined nicely. Yoga tat prapti upaya. A definite method to achieve that Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is there. The nature of Brahman is there. He is our own reality. But there is a definite method. Not one method, methods, but a definite methods. Methods, but definite methods. Ways, roads, chartered sea. I will tell a funny incident from my life. I was in Rishikesh and I wanted to visit the Nilakanta Shiva. Just in front of our kutia is the river Ganges. If you cross that river, then there is a hill, not Himalayas, pre-Himalaya. And you climb that hill, get down again, climb next hill, and before the top of the next hill, there is the Nilkanta Shiva. Now, there is the regular way is 5 kilometers up the river, cross the bridge or take a boat and cross, and then you get there you get either walk or get some motor stops long distance. At present it has become motorable. So by the regular road, 20 kilometers, walking road. By the motor road, 30 kilometers. But people told me, if you walk along the footpath on the hill, it is 10 kilometers. So I thought of doing that. And on a Sunday, there was a boatman who used to cross people with some half a rupee fare for coming back half a rupee. So, and his house was near the Nilkanta. So people told me he can properly guide you how to go. So a Sunday afternoon I met him. He said, tomorrow Monday, many people from my village come here for marketing in Rishikesh. So with them I will send you. Otherwise it is very difficult to recognize the roads there. Zigzag pathways. I went on a Monday. People are not coming. I became restless. I told him, you guide me from here, I will go. So he guided me as much as possible and said, don't ask people on the way. They may mislead you. But in between, there are two clearing places, clear from the forest and hills. And there Muslim shepherds are there. They will guide you properly. I said, all right. I went. Then a thought came to me that here also I am walking like this. And so it is 10 kilometers. If I walk straight, will it not be shorter? And so I walked straight for about 10 or 15 paces. And what happened? I lost the sense of direction. All were everywhere same forest. East, west, north, south, where I have to go, I completely lost my way. I got some sound of people talking near about. So I surmised they will be on the road. So I shouted at the top of my voice, "Where are you?" They understood that somebody is lost. So they said, "We'll be talking loudly, and in that direction you please come." I went like that and met them. They asked me, "Mahatma ji, kahan ja rahe the?" "Oh sir, where are you going?" I was ashamed to tell them that I am going to Nilkant. I told them I was climbing the hill. They told me a sentence never to be forgotten. महात्मा जी, पहाड़ पर चढ़ने का भी एक रास्ता होता है. There is a fixed way to climb the mountain. You cannot go as you like. No, just now as I told you, there can be several ways, but there has to be a fixed way. So, महात्मा जी, पहाड़ पर चढ़ने का भी एक रास्ता होता है. There is a definite way to climb the hill. You cannot go as you like it. And so, in spiritual life, there are fixed ways. And one has to follow one of the ways. That is called Yoga Shastra. Yoga Shastra means description of the definite ways or methods of realizing that reality. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastra. So, you understood this point. Now come to Gita itself. As Mahaprabhuji told, the 18 chapters are 18 yoga. Now in our mind somehow, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga are fixed 4 ways. If you read Swamiji's Karma Yoga last chapter, he has clearly said, I have generalized them into 4. I have generalized into 4. Vedanta has several ways. Several ways. I have generalized into 4. So these 4 are not originally fixed. Gita itself, 18 ways. 18 chapters, each is called Amukha Yogo Nama. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Amukha Yogo Nama Amukha Dhyaya. So 18 ways are told. And that is what Mahapurush Maharaj said. 18 ways to get Sharanagati. And God realization, Sharanagati is good God realization. So mind you, there are several ways, but there are fixed ways. If you want to follow Bhakti Yoga, you cannot go as subjectively as you like. You have to follow a definite way. You have to follow way, definite way to reach the goal. So that is represented by Yoga Shastra, the science of the different ways to reach God. So that is in between Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Spiritual guidance is always got by face-to-face guidance. All the Upanishads are dialogues. Some clearly mentioned, some not mentioned, but all are dialogues. So here we find Arjuna we already discussed. Shri Krishna is Bhagwan, Vasudeva, Vasudeva's son. So dialogue between a proper guru and proper shishya is the way. That is what Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade tells us. And then as I told you, Amukha Yoga Nama. So 18 chapters are 18 yoga. Now, of these 18, Swamiji has generalized into 4, but the other knowers of Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra studying Gita have divided we are introducing the Gita now. Colophon is over. Now, the people who know the spirit of the Gita, they have told us that they make 3 sections of Gita, 3 plus. They say first 6 chapters deal with karma. You know, the 6th chapter is about meditation. And meditation is not taken as a separate path. Meditation is a part of karma. First 6 chapters deal with karma. We'll come to that how it does. And 7 to 12 deal with bhakti. And 13, 14, 15 deal with what is called jnana. Sixteenth and 17th are like appendices. Appendix 1, Appendix 2. Some matter referred to in the 7th or 9th chapter, but there was no occasion to deal with it more details. Those details have come in 16th and 17th chapters. So they are just like appendix. And what is 18? We are already told. The summary of not only Gita but of all Vedas from the sadhana point of view. What we have to do. We have listened to Karma Yoga, we have listened to Bhakti Yoga, we have listened to Jnana Yoga. But we never travel them separately, mind you. Never. To understand these divisions are made. But when we travel, we have Karma, we have Bhakti, we have Jnana all with us. So the actual description of sadhana, not only Gita but all the Vedas, is there in the 18th chapter. So this is how Gita is divided by those who know. Now, come chapter by chapter, as much as we can. So, introduction of the Gita, I think proceeding is properly. Now, first chapter.
Maharajji, you have 37 minutes. 37 minutes today. 37 minutes.
Yes, I have. Now, first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. The sorrow or depression of Arjuna is a method of realizing God. Gita calls it Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Sorrow or depression of Arjuna is a way to realize God. Now, 2 lessons we have to run from this. 2 lessons. We have found already that Arjuna is a great man, good man, and the cause of his sorrow is attachment. Attachment has thrown him off the balance, and that has made him weep. So that is a great lesson for all of us. We may be good people, but good people will succumb to their attachments, my, and so that gives us a big lesson. Another point there is, why is Arjuna weeping? Why? He has been carried away by attachment, we understand. But his own statement about it, the first chapter, a little has gone into the second chapter, 10 shlokas. So Arjuna is telling, I know my goal is moksha. My goal is perfection, that I know. But I have forgotten my way to reach there. I do not remember, I am misled by what is my way to reach there. So everybody has his own way. Everybody has his or her own way. No two people's way will be same. But generalization we can do, karma bhakti and all that. But No two people's way will be identical. And Arjuna, out of attachment, has forgotten. He knew all the Shastras. He knew with the determination he had come to fight the war. It was not simply fight the war. If you fight the war for a just cause, same thing, your mind becomes purer and purer. Not only you go to heaven, your mind becomes purer and purer, and the knowledge dawns in you. So this lesson is all for us. We are not going to war, but we have our duties, and each one has his duty. And if you do our duties sincerely, thinking of God, then we get mind purer and purer. We get rid of Kama Krodha Lobha Moha Matsar. We get rid of our adjustments. We get rid of our weaknesses, and we travel the path straight. This Arjuna had missed due to his attachment. And so he weeps. What he tells Arjuna? What is the weeping? I should not make a mistake. That was the cause of his weeping. I should not do some mistake out of my misunderstanding. My mind is clouded. I am forgotten what is my way, and I am liable to make mistakes. Shishyasteham shadimam tam prapannam. He says, Karpanya dosho apahata svabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta Shishyasteham shadimam tam prapannam. So, when the Gita came, Bhagavan is Bhagavan, Arjuna knows. But Arjuna became the disciple, making Bhagavan the Guru. Then the Gita came. And he says, due to the limited thinking, due to Karpanya means limited thinking, one-sided thinking, because of one-sided thinking, I am carried away. If I kill this sin will happen, that sin will happen, hundreds of things. And so I weep. I become confused about my way. I am your disciple. I have surrendered to you. You please guide me now what I have to do. So we clearly see Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Arjuna's sorrow is due to his attachment. Arjuna's sorrow is due to his feeling that he should not commit mistakes. He should be guided properly. And that is why he had chosen Krishna. Divanakshini Sena could not have guided him. So, this is the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Now I will tell you some practical story. When I was in Nagpur, one couple had lost their young son. And naturally they were depressed. After about 1 month, somebody told them, you go to the ashram and there the people may guide you to come out of your depression. So they came and met one great Swami, Swami Shivatattvanandaji. He told them, first of all, don't forget your sorrow. People generally say time is the great healer and in time you will forget it. He says, don't forget please your sorrow. It is this sorrow which have brought you to the ashrama. It is this sorrow, if you remember always, you will not be attached. If you remember this sorrow always, you will take the right path. Please do not forget your sorrow. So you understand, Arjuna Vishad becomes a yoga. Not anybody's Vishad. Why we are Vishad? We have lost some enjoyment. We have got something unwanted. And we are sorry. Arjuna Vishad is for he should not do any mistake. And sometimes it is good to hold on to Vishad to find a way out. And the Guru will come and he will show you the way. So I have given you a direct example of this Vishada being yoga. And so, we go to the next chapter. Now, some people have read the Gita and they stick to one shloka only without the proper understanding. And that shloka is from the second chapter. And they shout like in the Karmanneva adhikaraste ma phalichukadaja. Ma karma phala heturbu ma te sangvasta karmani. And they pick up only the first line. Karmanneva adhikaraste. The context you should see. Context. Context is Bhagavan is talking about knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Knowledge will lead to mukti. Again and again he's talking of knowledge. Real nature of Atman is like that. Atman is indestructible and all that. No, knowledge is not something on which you can jump. The essential state is to purify your mind with karma. Without getting purification by proper karma in the proper spirit, you cannot think of knowledge. That is karmani eva adhikaraste. Te you should not forget. Don't generalize universally. But Gita teaches work. For Arjuna, Bhagavan is telling, I've been telling you about knowledge, but you are not fit for it today. You are fit. Adhikar means fitness. You are fit only for karma. So you have to put one more clause there to understand it, as Shankaracharya has done. Karmani eva adhikaraste natu jnana nishtayam. You are not fit for the steadfastness of knowledge. You are fit for karma only. And having accepted that you are fit for karma only, then ma phaleshu kadachana. We already seen. As soon as karma comes, you think of the fruit thereof. Don't think of the fruit. And if you think of the fruit, what will happen? You will be caught by the chain of karma and fruit, the sanskar, then again the fruit. Ma karma phala heturvu. Don't become the cause of karma phala hetu. Hetu means this body. Punya. Again, karma. Don't be caught in that. And mate sangosu akarmani. Some people think karma is to avoid it. Let me sit quiet. Let me be lazy. Don't have attachment towards non-work. That is the shloka. Now, what is second chapter? I have told you what it is not. What is the second chapter? What is the name of the second chapter? Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiya Adhyaya. Sankhya has two meanings. Sankhya means proper knowledge. Kha represents knowledge. Vikhyata, Prakhyata, we know. Kha means knowledge. Samyak Kha means right knowledge. Now the second chapter is still Karma Yoga, mind you. So what is Sankhya Yoga doing here? Proper thinking. In the second chapter, proper thinking is taught. Second chapter is philosophical base of the entire Gita. What are the most important shlokas of the second chapter? 16th and 17th. 16 tells Atman, the real nature of man, is always real, whether you see it or not. And the one which is not real though you see it, it is always unreal. That is 16 shlokas. Now, some people, what happens? Atman not cut, not burnt, not wet. So they think Atman is like a granite patthar, granite stone in my heart. You know, the old revolutionaries, nobody can kill me. Why and how? In the 17th shloka, that alone is indestructible, which is all-pervading. So this all-pervading reality called Brahman, you lost your network connection, trying to reconnect. This happened last time also. Is something to be done from my side?
No.
Right.
No, we can hear you.
We are
Maharaj.
able to hear you, Maharaj.
Is it from my side? I will do something.
We are able to hear you, Maharaj ji, clearly, loud and clear.
No, I will take from my side.
No, your video has turned off. Maybe you can switch it on.
We are able to see Maharaj ji's picture.
Yeah, but earlier it was a video, no? So he might not be able to see.
Shall I go back?
Yes, it is great. You are loud and clear.
My-
Maharaj rejoining again. Log out
Rejoin.
and log in.
Please wait patiently. Maharaj will come back.
So, 16th and 17th are the basis of the philosophy of Gita. Now, important point in the second chapter, Vyavasayatmika buddhi, eka iha kuru nandana, bahushakha anantascha, buddhayo avyavasayinam. Vyavasayatmika buddhi is not business mind. Vyavasayatmika buddhi means the firm buddhi, firm direction to go to God. The firm criteria of judging good and bad. What are values and what are not values. Don't apply your own ideas. In this field, in the field of spirituality, the criteria is a fixed one. If you do not follow that criteria, then there are infinite branches unending. You understand? What is the criteria? If I go this way, I will go to God. That is called the criteria, only criteria, only criteria. If that is not there, think, if I go this way, I'll get more money. If I go this way, people will call me good. Where to go? Infinite branches in man's mind. That is why man is confused. What is good and bad? Patanjali, the great psychologist, has told us. Our own feelings in the mind oppose each other. Where will you go? So, there will not come any definiteness to the mind unless he holds to this criteria. Let me judge everything by this. No, if I not develop judgment, I may make mistake, but I will correct again. If the criteria is fixed, I have every chance of correcting myself. But if there is no criteria, where to go? As I just now told, this will fulfill my desire, but people will call me bad. I may not progress spiritually. I have this desire also, this desire also, this desire, and they contradict each other. And so, second chapter of the Gita is telling us that fix the criteria for everything. Whether this will give you spiritual upliftment, this will help you to go towards God, then adopt that, otherwise don't take. So that is important shloka of the second chapter. Now, with all that, what is the central teaching of the second chapter? That is, philosophy central we have told. But I told first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga. So, each chapter teaches Karma Yoga in a different way. What is the Karma Yoga taught in the second chapter? Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. You are doing your duty. Now, while doing your duty, don't fall a prey to likes and dislikes. Don't fall a prey what people will praise me or blame me. Don't fall a prey to so much fluctuation of the mind. Mind fluctuates. It is the very nature of the mind to fluctuate. Mind never goes in a straight line. But what happens? A little up and we say, wonderful, wonderful. Then we fall down again. And a little down, high, depression. Don't allow the mind to do like that. Hold the mind in balance. That is the only teaching in the Karma Yoga. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Hold the mind. Now what happens? We call it gyration of the mind. Limit the gyration. Mind does not travel in a straight line. Goes like that. But make it like that. Smaller and smaller. So, if you do like that, what will happen? Prasadam adhigacchati. You will come to a state of the mind which is called tranquility with joy. It is not tranquility of taking a pill and becoming tranquil. Not tranquilizer. But the mind will come to a state called prasada. Prasada is tranquility with joy. Joy with peace. Not jumping joy, not murus tranquility. So, the lesson in the second chapter of the Gita about Karma Yoga is that you go on doing your duty. But during the duty, don't jump up and down. During the duty, keep the balance of the mind. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. That Samatva, the balance of the mind, is called Karma Yoga in the second chapter. Understood? Central teaching of Karma Yoga in the second chapter is doing your duty, keeping balance of the mind. That will lead to tranquility. Tranquility will generate feeling for God, and feeling for God will lead you to mukti. Now, at the end of the second chapter, there are 18 shlokas called the Sthita Prajna Lakshanas. Because the number is 18, some people say that is the whole Gita in summary. 18 chapters, 18 shlokas. Now, there Arjuna as a sadhak comes out very clearly. Bhagavan tells that if you do samatva and all that, you will be in such a high state and you will reach God. Arjuna, being a sadhak, wants to know the man who has reached that state. Show me the example. Describe that man. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. Bhasha means paribhasha, definition. Sthitaji kim prabhasheta. What does it talk? Kimasita. How does he say? Hey. Vrajeta kim. How does he walk? Because we do everything out of our imperfection, out of our desires, and you are describing a man who is beyond this, then why does he talk at all? How does he talk? How does he behave? He is not always sitting in samadhi. Sitadhi, a man of fixed intellect, a man of fixed knowledge, a man of fixed consciousness. What is his definition? That means, what are the characteristics? How does he walk? How does he talk? How does he behave? And Bhagwan not only describes how he behaves, but how he has reached that state, that also Bhagwan tells there. And how one goes away, that also Bhagwan tells in that very chapter. So those 18 shlokas are very important, and the whole chapter is called Right Thinking in the Field of Action, Karma. We go to the third chapter. Third chapter, idea of Karma Yoga is Yajna arthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Yajna means sacrifice. Choose the work. What type of work? That which entails sacrifice of ego, sacrifice of selfishness. If you choose that type of work, negatively it is put. Other than that, karma will bind you. The nature of karma done without the idea of sacrifice will bind you. Loko ayam, in this world, karma bandhana, karma is bindage. Yajna artha anyatra, other than done for sacrifice. So if you are sacrificing your selfishness, if you are sacrificing your ahankar, you are being led to purity. So I will tell them a funny story. In our school, when I was in the middle school, there was the Boy Scout movement. Though we were children, but the first rule of Boy Scout is that everything, have you done something to help others? And our school was idealistic. So the teacher would ask us, what good did you do today? Sir, what can I do? While crossing the road, if you see a blind man, an old man, a lame man, can you not hold his hand and cross it? If there is a thorn or a cigarette, can you not put it aside? So he taught us unselfish work on principle. That is called Yajna Artha Karma. And when I came to the Ramakrishna mission, I saw this very thing infinite. Every work not for yourself. Every work for good of society. So that is what the third chapter teaches. Karma Yoga by choice of work, sacrificial. In the end of the third chapter, Arjuna says, even with right mind, why I am pulled away? Why? What is the force inside me? What is my enemy inside me which carries me in spite of myself to the wrong ways? And there the psychology, Bhagavan explains, Kama esha, Krodha esha, Rajo Guna Samadbhava, Indriyani Mano Buddhi Rasya Adhisthana Muchyate. This itself is called desire, this itself is called anger, Rajoguna, Rajoguna Samadbhava. Man basically has...
Maharajji, you have another 10 minutes and you can have another session also on 30th July. So if you don't finish, we'll have a session on Sunday, July 30. But you have got...
Okay. It is better to go some chapters than to rush. Huh? Anyway, so anyway, so I'm doing sharp, but important point of the third chapter is this: sacrificial work, and the enemy is within us. The specification of the mind is called Rajoguna. It gives you restlessness. It is born from restlessness. That is called Kama, that is called Krodha. Anyway. And where it sits? In your Indriya, mind and Buddhi. Okay. Then what is beyond Buddhi? Your real nature. Hold on to that and control yourself. We go to the fourth chapter. Fourth is very, very important. Very, very important. The name of the third chapter is Karma Yoga. Fourth chapter name, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. If you put Jnana inside Karma, then it will give you sannyas. It will take you beyond Karma. If you put Jnana inside your Karma, then it will take you beyond Karma. And it has 2-3 important points. First is this Avatara Yoga comes there. Yada yada he says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvatam taktva deham punarjanma naiti smami iti so. My birth is divine, my karmas are divine. If you can follow me, then you will reach the goal. I'm not going into details now. That is the first point in the fourth chapter, Avatar Yoga. Then second point is Shloka 18 to 24. Karma is being done outside. Inside, the man is changing. Sometimes with the inside change, the karma is stopped. Sometimes the karma continues outside, but the inside man changes. And what is the principle? Karmani eva, karmani akarmaya pashed, akarmani cha karmaya, sa buddhiman manusheshu, sa yukta krishna karma krut. You have to see while you are doing karma that you are not doing karma. Meaning, dedicate your karma to God. God is the doer, I am not the doer. This idea, either through jnana. Jnana means, I am not doing. The indriyas are working in the objects, I am not doing. But that is difficult. So God is doing, I am not doing. And examine at every point that the ego is still left in you. If both of you have introspection and proper spirit, then you will reach the goal. And that Brahmarpanam 24th shloka is the culmination. After that, the expansion of the yajna idea. Anything lower sacrificed into higher is called a yajna. Okay? We go to the fifth chapter. Fifth chapter is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. That means you have given up karma. How? Not by stopping. Important shloka of the fifth chapter, Brahmani adhaya karmani sangam taktva karotiya lipate nasa papena padmapatra mivambasa. You put all your karma to Brahman. He is the doer. I am not the doer. If you completely dedicate your karma to the reality, you are unattached like the lotus leaf in the water. As you take out, water goes away. So, that is the spirit of the fifth chapter. I proceed to sixth chapter. Sixth chapter is either called Dhyana Yoga or Atma Sanyama Yoga. That is control of yourself or meditation. There the important shloka is Harurukshor Muner Yogam Karma Karanam Uchyate Yoga Rudasya Tasyaiva Shama Karanam Uchyate. It is the only shloka which links the karma with the higher state. So long as you are climbing the hill called yoga, successful meditator, till then karma is the means. That means you are doing karma and trying to meditate. No. But karma will be the means of your progress. Once you have climbed the hill, not yet reached the goal, then collecting your mind or meditation will be the means of progress. That is the important shloka in the sixth chapter. And then the details about yoga, meditation are given. 7th chapter is a turning point. Beautiful turning point between, up to this it is all karma. Now, all this is turned into bhakti. How? Yogam yunjan madashraya samagra pashyasi samagram mam yatha pashyasi tachrunu. That if you go, climb, and reach the nirvikalpa samadhi, then you open your eyes, and then you see that God is everywhere. That I am telling you beforehand. I am telling you beforehand, as I will be seen in entirety after you climb the hill and open the eyes. What is the meaning? Meaning is that he is opening out another way. Neti Neti is one way, beyond, beyond, beyond. But God is everywhere. God is everywhere. God is everywhere. This you shall see. So from 7 to 12 chapter it will be bhakti. The turning point is in the 7th chapter. Smooth turning point. God tells that if you reach the height of your spiritual experience in Nirvikal Samadhi, after that, how will see the world, how will see me in my entirety, that I am telling you beforehand. So that opens out another way of progress. All these points I am telling you are taught in detail in Sri Ramakrishna Leela Prasanga, the great master Vaiswami Sardandaji. Anyway, so that is the 7th chapter, and then 4 types of bhaktas. Artho, Jigyasur, Artharthi, Jnani cha Bharatarshava. And he said, Jnani to Atmaiva Bhumitam. So, Jnani or Bhagwan is the ideal bhakta. Jnani is the best type of bhakta. Artho, Jigyasur, Artharthi are different type of bhaktas. Jnani is the best one. That is the 7th chapter. 8th chapter is a little aberration. Because Gita is comprehensive, it talks of going to Brahma Loka in a way that is eternal but not eternal. Brahma Bhuna Loka Punaravartino. So bhakti is mixed with Nadi Yoga. How to concentrate, how through this it goes, like that. But there also he says, but if you are non-separate from me, then your path is easy. That is
Not hearing the voice.
Maharaj, you are not audible.
Did we do connection with Maharaj ji?
Thank you for your patience. Please wait for a minute patiently. Maharaj ji must be trying to log in. In the meantime, we would request Dr. Ranjana Bhattacharya to sing a devotional song. Dr. Ranjana Bhattacharya, please complete your song in 3 minutes.
Yes, sir. Pranams to Pitambaranandaji Maharaj, Udaranandaji Maharaj,
and namaskar to Nirmal Babu and all devotees assembled here. In keeping in spirit with Maharaj's lecture today, I will sing this song. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there's injury, your pardon, Lord. Where there's doubt, true faith in you. O Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, Lord, your shining light. Where there is sadness, ever joy. Make me a channel of your peace. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, in giving to all men that we receive. In dying we are born to eternal life. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there's injury, your pardon, Lord. Where there's doubt, true faith in you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ranjana Bhattacharya, for this beautiful song. Now I would request Mrs. Ranjana Bhattacharya from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, India, to kindly sing a song. Please complete your song in 2.5 minutes. Mrs. Ranjana Bhattacharya from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh.
जय ठाकुर, जय माँ, जय स्वामी जी, प्रणाम महाराज जी। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामनी गिरिजे माँ। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामनी गिरिजे माँ। शिवहीन मोहिनी विश्व विलासिनी शिवहीन मोहिनी विश्व विलासिनी रामकृष्ण जय दायिनी माँ। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामनी गिरिजे माँ। जगत जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी जगत जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी विश्व सुभाषिनी सुखदे माँ। दुर्गति नाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी दुर्गति नाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी भोगमोक्ष सुख कारिणी माँ। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामनी गिरिजे माँ। परमे पार्वती सुंदरी भगवती परमे पार्वती सुंदरी भगवती दुर्गे भामती वंदे माँ। प्रसीद मातः नगेन्द्र नंदिनी प्रसीद मातः चिर सुखदाई जय दे मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामनी दे मां अनंत नामनी दे मां अनंत नामनी दे मां.
Thank you very much, Ranjana ji, for this beautiful song for the mother. We are so grateful to Pitambaranandaji Maharaj ji for speaking in detail, and we are waiting for his lecture on July 30. But we have still 1 or 2 minutes before we give a vote of thanks. So we would like to have your blessings on July 30 also. So that you can complete after the chapter 8 whatever you want to say. We have still 3 minutes left. So Maharaji, would you like to speak something for 1 or 2 minutes, some message?
Okay. I conclude. Conclusion.
But we have only 2 minutes, Maharaji.
ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्र वेत्रैक पाणये ज्ञान मुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृत द्वे नमः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम तत्सत. श्री रामकृष्ण अर्पणमस्तु.
Thank you very much, Maharaji, and I would request our friend Hiranya Mukhopadhyay to kindly give a vote of thanks. Hiranya.
Yeah, Maharaj, thank you very much, and Pranam. We'll wait for your next session, Maharaj. We'll wait keenly for your next session on 30th July, and hopefully Nirmal will also give us 2 sessions, 1 hour each. And then thank you very much on behalf of
Pranam Maharaj, and really thankful to the organizers also. It's been very nice. Thank you. We are lucky to get this lecture. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. I end the program here. You will have 2 sessions as told by Hiranya, subject to agreement by Pitambaranadaji Maharaj on 30th July, same time. I end the program here.